Hello students, good morning everyone. How are you today? So we will learn today the trigonometry. I hope you are familiar with this word trigonometry. If not, don't worry. So we will see the trigonometry. Try means three. ठीक है? Three. And gone means sides. Three sides. And metry means measure. Okay. So, what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is three sides of triangle, or actually right angle triangle. So we will see here right angle triangle. Okay, let's say we will give this name A, B, C. Okay, this is called 90 degree. Okay, so this is called right angle triangle because this is 90-degree, and this longest side is called hypotenuse. Okay, what about what about these two sides? We cannot directly naming these two sides because in the reference of this angle theta, let's say theta, angle C, in these two sides AC and BC. So this theta in front of 90 degree, this is called longest side, which is hypotenuse, and in this angle theta, to opposite this theta, this side is called perpendicular. 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 The remaining side is called base. Okay. So very simple things. Trigonometry is the relationship between the sides and angles of right angle triangle. We can see the very familiar example surrounding us. We can imagine the right angle triangle from these buildings. These pictures I have taken from NCERT book, NCERT textbook from mathematics. Let's say person is here standing, and this building is Qutub Minar, and he is watching from his eyes the top of the point of this building. Okay, so this is the right angle triangle, and this straight sides and this sides hypotenuse, and this angle, let's say theta, he is watching from some angle. This is called hypotenuse, this is called base, and this is the perpendicular side, this is height, which we can take as height. Okay, we can also see this example. Let's say girl is watching a flower pot which is located at temple. Flower pot we can assume as point, and this is 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is the river, the river bank of, so here also is right angle triangle. Okay, so students, uh, trigonometry, this book is definition. You can see trigonometry basically deals with the study of relationship between sides and angles of right angle triangle, as we previously discussed about the right angle triangle. So what about right angle triangle? We will see the detail here. This triangle, okay, let's say we will name here A, B, C. Okay, this is angle theta, and this is 90-degree angle. Okay, this is hypotenuse, this is perpendicular, this is base, or other name also this sides, this is called hypotenuse as it is, and this side base is called, also called adjacent side of angle theta, and this perpendicular side is called because opposite side to the angle of theta. Perpendicular is also called opposite side. Okay, okay students, so here term come trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios. What is trigonometric ratios? You know the ratio. What is ratio? Ratio sum in the form of p by q. Okay, so very similar. let's say ratio, what is P upon H? Okay, P by H. We can also take perpendicular upon base, P upon B. We can also take H upon B. We can also take B upon P. Okay, so this is all are called ratios. So here in the trigonometry, this is all called trigonometric ratios. So we can take P upon H, which is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. This is sine of theta, this angle theta, and this sine of angle theta perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Okay, this angle theta. So in the similar way, cos of theta, in the we can learn this very simple trick. Pandit Badri Prasad upon her bowl. Okay, so this is called for sine, this is for cos, this is for tan. A very simple terminology or analogy we can learn from Pandit Badri Prasad, her bowl. So for sine, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So for cos, base upon hypotenuse. Tan, perpendicular upon base. Very simple things. So cos theta, base upon hypotenuse. Tan theta, perpendicular upon base. These three ratios, or the reciprocal of these, sine reciprocal cosec of theta, so reciprocal hypotenuse upon perpendicular. So in the trigonometry there are all six trigonometric ratios. Okay, so cos reciprocal sec of theta is equals to hypotenuse upon base, and tan theta, that is called cot of theta, which is base upon perpendicular. These six ratios of trigonometry. Okay, so next thing comes Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if you don't know the Pythagoras theorem, then Pythagoras theorem is very simple. If in right angle triangle, let's say right angle triangle, this is naming A, this is B, this is C, this is 90 degree. Okay, this is theta. If you are confusing with that, we can visualize this in this fashion. If triangle in this fashion, let's say this. Okay, let me draw the triangle. Let's say this. Okay, and I will name this, and here theta. Then this is also right angle triangle. Okay, let's say I am naming this A, B, C. If you are confusing about the sides, this is longest side, hypotenuse simply, and above in front of 90 degree angle, this is always called hypotenuse and the longest side of right angle triangle. But in this theta, in opposite side of theta, this is called perpendicular. Very simple naming, very simple. Learn the concept. Okay, don't go about the process with confusing that. Okay, very simple. And remaining side is called base. Okay, so if in different fashion, or we can visualize this, learn the concept. Okay, so here is this is hypotenuse, this is perpendicular, this is base. So Pythagoras theorem says that square of hypotenuse side square plus sum of squares of perpendicular plus square of base side. Okay, this is called Pythagoras theorem. Very simple things. If the application of this Pythagoras theorem, we can see that if let's say perpendicular is given 2 meter, we can say that let's take 3 meter, and question is asking about the third side. So what is BC? Let's say BC side. Okay, and two sides are given, so we can apply the formula here. So what is formula here? Let's say hypotenuse square is equals to perpendicular square plus base square. So here we can put the values of base BC square we have to ask in question. So perpendicular to square plus hypotenuse is given 3 meter. Okay, 3 meter. So 3 square, and we have to find this base. So we have to find base 3 square minus 2 square equals base square. Okay, so here we can calculate here 3 3 is 9, 3 square minus 2 to the 4 equal b square. Okay, so 9 minus 4, which is 5, and base square equal to under root of 5. So base BC side is base, which is root of 5 meter. Okay, very simple things. In the next session we will learn about the trigonometric angles, which is we can see the brief about 0 degree, let's say 30 degree, okay, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and many more. In higher classes, in higher studies, you will learn about the many angles: 180, 145 degree, 270 degree. Okay, so this, and here the trigonometric ratios, sine of theta, cos theta, this table we will learn about, this very important table. Okay, thank you students. I hope you like the videos. Okay, thank you.